We interrupt this program to bring you an important Wayfair message. Wayfair's got style tips for every home. This is Nicole Byer, helping you make those rooms flyer. Today's style tip: when it comes to making a statement, treat bold patterns like neutrals. Go wild! Like an untamed animal print area rug under a rustic farmhouse table from Wayfair.com. Ooh, fierce! This has been your Wayfair style tip to keep those interiors superior.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Ready to make a real impact every day? Join the Active Day Home Care team and help clients maintain their independence in the comfort of their own homes. Make a difference in someone's life as you provide essential daily assistance and protect their health and happiness. Earn up to $20 an hour and enjoy additional perks like optional daily pay, 401k, paid time off, ongoing educational training, and more. Join a team that values care, compassion, and your professional growth. Visit ActiveDay.com to apply.
If you love entertainment, current events, and Hollywood, don't miss Creator to Creators, hosted by the filmmaker Meosha, known for the Shudder hit documentary Horror Noir and the acclaimed film Anatomy of an Anti-Hero, Redemption. This show features interviews with filmmakers and creatives from around the globe. Join the fun with guest celebrities and gain valuable insights. Subscribe now and follow Creator to Creators.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Creators to Creators today. Today we have a special guest.
Good morning. My name is Danielle Anderson.
Welcome. So I love going back to the beginning. I always say the beginning kind of charts our trajectory. Just like this are like habits that we pick up along the way, our little things that when we're kids, they kind of somehow follow us into our adulthood. Tell me a little bit about your childhood. What was that like? And kind of how did you, find your way into doing the things that you're doing now?
Oh, wow. Really, literally, if you read the book, you will see it started in my childhood. Grew up in a single parent home. My dad and my mom had their issues. So because of their issues, of course, as parents, we don't realize that whatever issues we have, we pass them on to our children and our children's children and so on. So because of some of my mom and dad's issues, it caused a lot of things in me that over the years really caused me to struggle a lot in life. Low self-esteem, not really knowing who I was and what my purpose was. And so those struggles caused me to carry some things into my adulthood that impacted not just my life, but now I see my children's lives. So the purpose of the book is to allow other, not just women, because, men go through some things too. Absolutely. Allowing others to know that even though you go through some dark things in your life, that there is always a silver lining, or there's always light at the end of the tunnel. So absolutely. I'm praying that from darkness to light, that others will see, not just, people outside of my circle, but even the people that's in my circle will see and know that God created us for a purpose. And absolutely. It's through that purpose that we become who we are. So even though I went through some dark times in my life, though I realize now that those dark times is truly who created me to be where I am today.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I think everything that we go through, like you said, it even the bad things, it's all a part of the growth and growing of it's a part of our destiny.
Yes.
Yes. I look back on things that I went through. I'm like, why did I go through that, God? Oh, okay. I got you. Like I see it later, it's like you don't see it right then in there. You're just thinking, oh God, you must you must have got a sense of humor when you want me to go through this. But
I say that to God a lot.
Right. Yes. Absolutely. But I mean, I gotta say, I've read your bio. You've done some exceptional things in your life. Like culinary. I mean, that's pretty cool. You have catering, perfect. Like, that's awesome that you still, didn't let those things, take or set you back. How did
Yes,
that happen? Did you always have a love for that, like growing up as well? Like it was like a natural
always.
progression?
It
Okay.
was natural. My grandmother said at the age of 2, she had to buy me a little stool to stand by the stove while she was cooking. So
Oh,
it's
I love
it's
it.
it's always been a part of me. Yes.
That's awesome. What do you specialize in? Just anything and everything, or what's your like kind of
Everything.
wow?
I'm a certified culinarian, and I also have a baking and pastry degree.
That's
So
awesome. Oh,
yes,
so we can just, we want some like shrimp and like some butter. Okay, gotta call you.
yes.
No, that's
And I also
amazing.
created my own cookie and candy line. So I do have,
Wow.
yes.
What inspired that? You just was like, I want to just get into it all, like do everything.
I really started, my grandmother started me baking because she
Okay.
was always the one that baked for other people.
Okay.
So that really, because if in baking you can create in, cooking food, but baking you can really create. And I'm a creator.
I love
So it
that.
allows me to be able to do everything, that I enjoy doing, creating, because, cake designing, the art, that's who I am. So it allows me to do everything, my cooking, my creating, everything all in one.
Wow, that's beautiful. I also read too, you said in 1996, you fully surrendered your life to God. Tell me about that process and, and fully surrendering. And, it's so funny. I'm a PK kid, so I totally understand a lot about this. I completely went the opposite direction. I am not in the church. I mean, I go to church, and you're wrong. I'm a Christian, absolutely, but I just didn't go down the path of like, going behind the pulpit preaching. Like I love
Yeah.
it. It's like you guys can have that. I'll God use me over here. So
Um,
like what yeah, I'm curious.
I think because, like if you read the book, you would see that, man, some things that I went through, because I didn't grow up in church.
Okay.
What I heard about church was nothing in church but hypocrites. So I didn't grow up in church.
Right.
And there was a young lady that was in my life, that was on fire for God.
Mhm.
And I couldn't understand how the things that I had done, the places that I had been, how God would, how he would love me.
Mm,
And I had been in a very abusive relationship.
mm.
And my grandmother didn't take us to church, but she did teach us how to pray. And I
Yeah.
remember one night, in that relationship, I had been crying out, trying to leave this gentleman for 7 years on my own.
Wow.
And one night I just fell on my knees and cried out to God. And it was like an instant. All those 7 years were in one night. I walked away. I
Wow.
had 2 kids. I packed up enough for us to have clothes for a week, and I walked away.
Wow.
And through me walking away, there was a power of God that I cannot explain. He
Hmm.
drew me to a place that never in a million years I would have imagined. And through him drawing me in that place, I'm sorry,
No, no,
the
it's okay.
gentleman, when people abuse you,
Yeah.
they want to make you feel your lowest of lowest.
Hmm.
So he would speak things to me and, say things. And because I did have low self-esteem, because I didn't have that loving, my mother loved me, I know. My father loved me, I know, but they didn't embrace me as a child needed. I
Yeah.
had very low self-esteem. So whatever my daughter's father said I was, I accepted it.
Yeah.
But at that time, I began to really hear God say, you're created in my image and likeness.
Love that.
You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Nothing that that man can say about you can hinder what
Hmm.
I can do through you.
Right.
And after that, uh, my life was never the same again.
I love that.
Never.
And thank you for going down. And again, I'm so sorry to go down that path because I mean, I'm sure to just even like relive that sometimes it kind of brings back bad memories. And again, I'm so sorry.
It's okay because my prayer is that through me being honest, that
Yeah.
other people will be drawn away from wherever
Abusive.
they are.
Yeah, yeah. My mother it was before, but I wasn't born at the time, but she with my two older sisters, she was in a similar situation and I asked her, I think my biggest question that I ask all women, and it kind of turned me off to relationships altogether, honestly, because I'm like, how can anybody say they love you and treat you a certain way, or and I asked her, I said, what made you stay? So I guess my question would be, was it was it the love that made you stay, or did you feel like it was like the fear?
It was fear because fear, but I think mainly was I didn't I didn't want people to look at me in a
uh
negative way.
I see, I see.
So it was all about being a people pleaser because that's what
Wow,
I used to do. It was all about making sure that I kept this image and this facade that I'm okay, I'm good. But
okay.
really inside I was
Wow.
tore up. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think it was mainly being a people pleaser. I didn't want my family, especially my mother,
Hmm.
because of the hurt and pain my dad put her through.
I see.
I didn't want her to see me going down the same path.
I see. Yeah. No, it's that's a real thing. And thank you for saying that because I feel like I think it's a thing that I think a lot of people in general, men and women actually deal with the people pleasing thing. Um that, I was actually talking to my friend about this and she said the same thing. She's like, she's not in a situation, but she was just saying like just in general, she goes, I just like to like make sure that I look the best in light of just with others. I'm like, why do you care about what other people think? Like, I don't know. How do you
It's a
think you
root.
got rid of that, the people pleasing for yourself?
As I began to gain my relationship with God,
Yeah.
He began to make me realize that those people had flaws too.
Yeah.
Everybody has flaws.
Absolutely.
Nobody is perfect. And I'm never going to be able to please a man or
Hmm.
a woman.
Hmm.
I have to learn because it says it in His word, love others as you love yourself.
Right, right.
So I had to begin to love me
Hmm.
in order to be able to truly love other people. So I think through my relationship and my walk with God is what really began to make me realize that as long as I'm pleasing God, I'm good.
Absolutely. And I think that's all we can do, right? As long as you're pleasing God, that you're good. Absolutely. And again, I kudos to you for leaving. A lot of women don't, because becomes too late. And what would you say? What advice would you give to the women out there that are listening, um, that are in a abusive situation now?
My advice would be no matter who or what you're with, they can never give you the things that God can give you. When God loves, He loves,
Hmm.
and He loves unconditionally. And I think that was one of my problems was I was seeking for love, and the love that I was seeking for, no man can ever give you.
Hmm.
No man can ever give you. So until you find really that love, that unconditional love, even for yourself,
Yeah,
it's going to be a task. It's going to be hard, but it can be done.
absolutely.
I'm a witness. It can be done.
Absolutely.
And once you are free,
Yeah,
there's nothing like it.
absolutely.
Nothing like it.
I
Because
love that.
never would I ever go back. No, never.
Absolutely. No, I love that. And yeah, it's great advice. Yeah, for sure. So I have a question that I like to ask everybody on the show, and there's no wrong answer. But the three levels of influence: money, power, and respect. If you could choose only one of those things, which one would you choose and why?
Respect. Money and power, they come and go, but respect, to have respect, it's one of the things that I instilled into my children, because now you don't have children saying, no, sir, yes, sir, no, ma'am,
Right.
yes, ma'am. But I instilled it into my children because respect can get you into places that money and power could have never gotten you into.
Mm-hmm.
So respect is something that comes from within.
Yeah.
Money and power comes from the outside. Respect comes from the heart.
Love that. No, it's great. It's great advice. Love that. That's a good answer. Yeah, I had a guy on the other day. He goes, money. I'm like, hey, there's no wrong answer. Hey, you're being honest. I think I love it. No,
I
it's
realized
interesting.
as I was telling the young lady that helps me with a lot of stuff, I went back to school
Love
and
it.
obtained my degree. And my instructors, one of the things that they said that drew them to me was the respect that I had. So in turn, I don't have a master's degree,
Mm-hmm.
but the job that I'm working now, I'm supposed to have a master's degree. But it was because of the respect and I, I guess, the integrity that they call me back out of all the students that I graduated with and the students that probably had graduated before me and coming in behind me, they
Mm-hmm.
said, no, this job is yours. We created it just for you because we want you to be a part of the team. So to me,
Absolutely.
that says a lot.
Won't he do
So
it though?
it came, but it came from what I was taught, and that was respect.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And God is just so awesome. Like he'll put you in rooms that like you just never know that you're like, what? Like it's crazy. And
Yeah.
that's just how it works. And I mean, it's so true. I mean, throughout my career, there's so many times that I wasn't quote unquote qualified for a job and I get it. And they're like, how did you? I'm like, hey, God is good. I mean, I can't explain. That's all I gotta say. It's not me. I'm just a,
Yeah.
a conduit. I'm just a vessel. And
Yes.
that's definitely how I look at it for sure. Okay, you get to the end of life. You've done everything that you want to do on earth. You get to the pearly gates of heaven. What would you want God to say about everything you've done on this earth?
Only one thing, well done, thy good and faithful servant. That's
Absolutely.
what I'm waiting on.
Love that. Love that. That's beautiful. Where can people find the book and get this book in their hands today?
Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. Hold on, because she has all the information.
Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Hi. How are you?
The book is published anywhere and everywhere you can buy a book.
Awesome.
Every platform, Smashwords, Barnes and Nobles, Apple, Google Play, um, anywhere you can buy a book, Amazon, it's on there.
Love that. Love that. Yeah, we're gonna have all the links in our description box in under this episode so people can just click it and go and order it and stuff like that. That'll be great. So
Thank you. And I am working on the Audible because
yeah,
I
I
feel
literally was gonna ask that because I'm an audio girl. Like
yeah, me too. So I am working on the Audible because
okay.
I feel like through the Audible, people will truly be able to hear my heart.
Yeah,
That's what I want them to hear.
absolutely. And you have a great voice. You have a great voice. You should
Thank
definitely
you.
do audio. I can't wait for that. Definitely. Well, we're excited. And thank you again for coming on and sharing your story. And everybody who's listening, go get the book, all the listeners, order it, read it, support. And where can people find you on social media to follow everything you got going on?
Facebook, Instagram. Yep. Anything else? This is my technical person.
Okay. Okay. I love it. I love it.
Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
And YouTube. Okay,
Yes.
cool. All right. Awesome. Awesome. Well, it was lovely meeting you and talking to you. And thank you for sharing your story. And
Thank you for
I wish you
having me.
all the best. Absolutely. My pleasure. My pleasure.
Thank you.
And thank you all for listening. And always remember to live, love, laugh. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
From Darkness to Light is a heartfelt memoir by Danielle Anderson that tells her journey to find love, fulfillment, and spiritual alignment. She shares her struggles through balance, her dreams of being a successful entertainer with her desire to live for God. Facing an absent father and challenges in her relationship, Danielle reveals how she overcame toxic influences and found purpose throughout her faith, with God guidance that transformed her life, illustrating the power of divine love to bring purpose, peace, and healing. Get the book now, available on all platforms where you can read books like Barnes & Noble, Amazon, and Google Play. Thank you guys for listening, and also remember to subscribe to Creators to Creators on all platforms to stay updated with all new episodes that's dropping on this channel. Take care.